Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Hello, and welcome to BKS1 Radio, the Owl Show. It's your girl, Latoya Chanel. I gotta find the other one. It's your girl, Latoya Chanel. Oh, it's right there on us, by the thing. And we are here on another Tuesday. Happy to be blessed and in the building, and just having the discussions and the conversations that we have the ability to have. First and foremost, sis.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm
on,
good. Thank
on
you for
today,
checking in.
on this Tuesday.
Thank you for checking in. Happy Tuesday. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. No real complaints.
Okay.
Life is good. God is good.
Okay.
Still.
Amen.
In the blessing business, which is a good thing.
He is in the blessing business.
And I'm into the praying and receiving.
Oh, okay.
So
He's in the blessing business, and you are in the praying and receiving business.
Because I see I done prayed my prayers.
Okay.
So I'm into the receiving now. Thank you.
All right. Holy. That sounds awesome.
Yes.
Well, we have a lot that we need to talk about today, right?
Yes.
I just wanna dive right into it. There's no need for us to
I just
belabor the point.
What we've been trying to do is just put a light on what's going on in the Black community with Black women and men.
Yes.
That are dealing with real pressure right now. I know all of the things that are going on in the news, but I wanted to talk about what's happening in our community first, right? Not just what's happening in the headlines, but what's happening in the community. And there's just a lot of things going on with us when it comes to health, money, work, safety.
All the things.
All the things.
That's been since we arrived in this country.
That part, which the country has not been here long.
No.
Okay.
Since we came here on boats.
Yeah. But I just wanted to, just delve into that. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the first things first, right? Which is first, because I don't know. The unemployment rate for Black women.
Okay.
Because they got rid of the DEI.
Initiative.
Does
everybody know what DEI is?
Not a lot of people. No.
Yeah, because I feel like it, what DEI is gets misconstrued, and so when I hear a lot of folks talk about it or just mention it, this is one of the things where you have to say the words, right?
Okay.
Just saying the letters, I think, makes it.
Yeah.
It gives it unfortunately, DEI became a stigma because the man that sits in the office and all the people that follow him gave it a stigma as if it were a bad thing. So I feel like just saying the letters doesn't do it justice. So when you speak it out and actually say it, it's just as effed up as it really is, right?
Okay.
When you just replace it with letters, it's just like, oh, okay, you can skip past it. But when you say things like this, when you say, you know what, we got rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion at my corporate job.
Okay.
It makes you say, what? As opposed to, we just got rid of DEI because people don't know what DEI is. You know what I mean?
You're right.
But when you say, we got rid of diversity, you can
that
just
word alone.
You can just stay with that one by itself, right?
You're right.
So we got rid of diversity Okay? So that means everybody can look a certain way, can be a certain way, can be from a certain background. We don't need the diversity of women. We don't need the diversity of age. We don't need the diversity of color, religious beliefs, this, that, or the other. We got rid of diversity at this particular business.
Okay.
We got rid of equity.
Okay. Yes.
We got rid of equity. So
there's no inclusion.
Well, with equity, first of all, who cares about being fair and who cares about being equal and who cares about being just? So there's no equity. There's no equity. So you and I can work the same position at a job and there's no equity. I can pay you more based off of favor, nepotism, or any of the things, right? So we got rid of, because I heard when that man got to his press conference and said, we got rid of DEI in America. I watched that. I watched him say that.
How do y'all keep missing?
And they was chanting it like, ah, like everybody was behind them chanting like, we got rid of DEI. And I'm sitting there, I'm like,
I don't think everybody knew what that meant.
You got rid of diversity, women standing in the back.
Which means?
You got rid of equity, dummies. And then you got rid of inclusion, meaning on boards where companies need to make decisions, every subset needs to be included to make said decisions. Now you no longer have that. So I feel like when we say the letters, we minimize it, and a lot of people don't know what it means. But when you say that, when you say it out, it's like, huh?
I just want to say. I
What?
literally want to say, yes, it really sucks, and I'm gonna say that word. Yes, I tell my kids not to say that, but I'm gonna say it. It sucks because that afforded a lot of people the jobs and the employment and the positions that they so worked hard for. I'm gonna say us. Right.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to say us.
So the diversity, equity, and inclusion initiative that came, up under a Democratic presidency.
Yes.
It was birthed out of that.
Yes.
Was so that we could have more equity and inclusion and diversity in these corporate spaces. And because of that, a number of spaces developed teams.
Yes.
To figure out why doesn't your corporate space have that?
Yes.
How do we mitigate any damages within this corporation and move forward so that your company is equitable, so that your company is making decisions based off of all, and we don't have these major lawsuits that corporations used to have in the past where they discriminated against women or they discriminated against race or they discriminated against age. Basically, if you weren't white and a man.
So I was getting there.
Right.
Because that's what, skip all of the proper talk.
Yeah.
I want to talk about if you did, like if women were in the back cheering, but it's just like
I was in disbelief.
You really didn't. You don't even know what you're cheering for because that actually cuts you out of a lot of
everything.
Things.
I'm so sick and tired of.
So if you're not white and male, you are not included. Like.
You're voting against your own best interests,
right.
and it's insane. You have people that are not white and male that were voting. You're voting against your own best interests. You have people that don't make $2 million a year. You're voting against your own best interests. You have people who are not male, period. You're voting against your own best interests. And it's like, why would you do that? This includes you.
So this is my thing. Right now, America's running. We Americans. I'm not going to say America, but Americans are running off multiple crises right now. We got war, we got inflation, we got politics going on, we got technology, we got all types of stuff going on. My thing is, because inflation is real.
Yeah.
And it is literally, how are we making it? I want to know. Like, I got to go to but how are we making it? How is everybody, I got to share, but how is everybody making it? Like,
financially.
Struggling.
We struggling.
Tell me, what are you doing? Because
we make it look
even if you are even in a 2-family home with 2 people and you're making 6 figures, it's still hard. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's still hard. Business is still hard. How are you guys? I would love someone to just chime in and tell me how you're making it. What are you doing? Did you guys save for the rainy day? Did you
Not enough saving.
I know. Did you have to, are you surviving off borrowing from your 401k to keep afloat? What are you guys doing in order to maintain some semblance of
what?
I don't even know anymore.
Keeping your head above water?
That part.
No. I mean, at the end of the day, this is one day at a time.
How are we doing this?
This is one day at a time.
It literally is.
We are literally doing this one day at a time. You may pay this one this month, and then the next month this one gets paid. This one might get behind, but make sure you keep it up so that this don't get taken away.
Our parents made
shut
that
off. This
Robin Peter to pay Paul.
That
was a real thing, and we're back to that.
That's where we are,
aren't we?
Yeah, well, that's because of the current climate that we're in.
So what are you guys doing, and how are you faring? That's what I want to know. How are you faring, and what are you doing in order to you? Because it's
so, I mean, you really have to give some stats with this, right?
Okay.
So you have to say, because you automatically went to, right?
What?
Your bias. You automatically went to, even if you have 2 people that have 6-figure households.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that most of us only make like 60 or 70,000, right?
Okay.
Most of us, if you look up the stats, actually. Look up the stats and look at how many African American people, not just men and not just women, make 6 figures. And you will be surprised.
Really?
You will be surprised
at
how many people make 6 figures. It ain't many, sis.
Wow.
It's not many. So you are sitting here talking about, 2-family household.
But I'm serious
figures.
when I just.
But no, I'm serious by saying.
Sorry.
Most folks are making half of your salary and trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Most folks are making. Both people make your salary.
Got you.
So how that different groups of people and different pay scales are doing different things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I don't know what everybody else is doing. I'm on the Rob Peter to pay Paul plan. So it's like, and just make it look good while doing it. It's
all right.
Okay, you know what? I got this bill, I'm gonna pay this. This one might be a little late. This one might be on time.
Well,
that is the norm. And again, that's the everyday until.
That's true.
That's it.
I get it.
That's it. Because eventually the only thing that's going to happen is you'll either get old enough where you don't care, or you'll get old enough where you'll downgrade your life.
Yes.
Or in your lifestyle and all the things, all of your needs and all of it.
I'm all for the downgrade.
You'll do that. And that's it. You're either going to get older or you're going to downgrade your life. But you're not going to necessarily change any of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Jeff, are you looking up how many black people make 6 figures? I will look it up. So I'll give you some stats. You go ahead. I'm gonna give y'all some stats. In a second.
Anyway, so like I said, the world is running on multiple crises, and inflation is one major one.
Mm-hmm.
The healthcare, not just and what did you look?
6%. I told you.
6% what?
6% of African Americans in this country make 6 figures.
6%?
I told you that the numbers are astronomical. There's only 6% of some of us that make 6 figures.
Thank you for being in that number, God.
What did it say it again?
5% of black women?
6 to 8% of black men. 5% of black women.
Wow.
He said 6% of black men and 5% of black women make 6 figures.
27% of black households have incomes exceeding
I told you the numbers was astronomical. That's what I said. You talking about? I told you. I've researched this stuff. Don't that sound like one of our friends? I've researched this stuff. He said the median income for African American households in this country is $57,000. I told you that. That's why I'm like, you talking about how do we all make it? And sis, you not realizing that when we go out into the world and we around all these people.
I'm humble.
So, okay. That's why I'm like.
I'm humble.
That's why I'm like,
grateful and I'm humble.
Sis.
I didn't even know.
Listen.
But I was there. Like, remember.
Everybody has been
there. I was there. Now, let's skip that because I don't. I don't want nobody thinking I ain't better than nobody.
Nobody is better than nobody.
The whole, what's the name? It took me a long time to get there, and I got there.
Listen,
God
nobody is better than nobody. But
I didn't know.
Your average person, even in our age group, a lot of people's max salary might be $70,000 to $75,000.
Wow.
I just want no, seriously. You know why I've had these conversations? Because me being single and dating, and people and everybody's like, oh, Toya, because you just want the top 6%. And I'm thinking to myself, well, those are my coworkers. Wow. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, well, you only want the top 6% of men that's 6 foot, make 6 figures, this, that, or the other. But it's not necessarily that that's what I want, but that's my circle and that's what I'm around. You know what I mean? So I'm not around everybody else.
So I was going to, the one thing I want to, so how are we faring with mental health? What are we doing with, no, I'm serious. What are we doing with, how are we staying strong? What are we doing? You know, in this moment, we're supposed to just suppress our grief, suppress our pain, just keep moving. So what exactly, like, what are people doing?
Drinking.
How are they carrying stress, work, the family, and the financial pressure?
They're not.
What are they doing?
They're not. People are committing suicide at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
People are depressed at an alarming rate. The black family structure is almost demolished at an alarming rate. Do I say more? No, we're not dealing with it well, to be very honest with you. And the ones that are, we are in therapy.
Right.
We have the same therapist. Shout out to Imani.
Yes.
But
shout out to Imani.
The ones that are trying to thrive in all of this, right? We are in therapy. We rely on whatever our religious beliefs are.
Of course.
So we rely on prayer. We rely on meditation. We rely on therapy. And you make sure you intentionally schedule in the good times as a pull. That's it. I don't know what else people do. Yes, you should still love. You should still develop relationships.
How do you?
You should still. Oh, I don't. I'm single. You should. I'm saying what you should do,
because if I'm hungry, I can't. If I'm hungry, I can't love you. Like, the way these groceries is hitting, I'm just trying to figure out, how do I define the love? I mean, find the love inside when my stomach is growling. Like, I'm so confused.
You can't. You probably shouldn't. You should probably make sure you eating first.
So it's now that you say that, you know, it's a strain on the black household.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to delve into, just the strain on that. You know, we've always had a strain.
Yeah.
I feel like we've always been 10 steps behind, right?
Yes.
Our counterparts, we've been 10 steps behind. And when we did make it, it took us a really long time, to do it. And our make it looks different. Does it not?
Of course.
And the goalpost is always moved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So our make it looks different. But I just wanted to know how we're faring. What are we doing? Yes, we're doing the therapies.
Kyra said we rely on each other and lift each other up. And that is why, and y'all know I preach this, right? Y'all know I preach, and this is something that most people don't think heals you, but that's why I preach, number one, curating your squad.
Yes.
And that's, you know, Katab and his line and his brand, and we got the hoodies and all the thing, but we don't just wear that, we live that, right? Number one, curating your squad, but number two, everybody that used to do an old school cookout. Everybody that used to do a party at your house. Everybody that still has community within their own personal spaces. Yeah. These are the spaces where we love one another. Mm-hmm. These are the spaces where we have the conversations and the things that may have been in secret in your household come out.
Because I'm about to do a rent party myself.
Okay, I wasn't talking about rent party, but if that's what you need
to
do.
That was community.
That was community. No, but you're right, because that was community.
I got the drinks. I got the food.
The dinners when people used to come over to your house and you frying fish and everybody sitting around. That's when people came up with ideas. That's where people got the support and love from one another. When you hosting is a lost art.
It is.
Number one.
Something I love to do, though.
Well, yeah, me too.
I do.
Hosting is a lost art, number one. But number two, it creates a space of comfort amongst your peers, amongst your family, amongst your friends, where you can be free to talk about your problems, to talk about your stress, to talk about your depression, to talk about your financial issues, and also get help in those spaces at the same time.
So this is the thing with me, like, and that's what I love. I love helping. I love, I always tell my children, I always tell everybody, like, my home is a safe space for them. When the world beats you up, you come inside my home. Yeah. It's almost like Erykah Badu saying, come on, lay upon my breast. Like, that's a lost art. And not only that, Muslims, say, heaven is at the feet of your mother. The thing is that I literally will always have, like, just sleep. We just sleep anywhere. I don't care.
No,
I got an air mattress. I got
a care before. People didn't care before.
But
now everybody's so
now.
Everybody is so suchy much.
No, but if you care, this is my thing. If you care now, the one thing I want to do is particular, and I do that with my adult children. I have one that one of my adults that live with me. The other one does not. But I always make it comfortable for when he comes over. Like, all right, even daddy mode for him goes out the door. All right, I got her. You chill, do your thing. We're going to get food. We're going to do whatever. We're going to talk about. We're going to laugh. We're going to do whatever. Because when I send you back out, I need your mental health to be good. And that is one of the things that I do, and I will always do. And my kids will be probably 80, and I'll be 100, saying, come here, let me get you something. Yeah. I think for the mental health of our children, for the mental health of our friends, for the mental health of our parents, because there's what we don't talk about a lot, Chanel, what we don't talk about a lot is there is also senior citizens that are committed suicide.
Of course.
There are levels of that because they are on Social Security and they are on what they call a fixed income, and they're not being able to afford their health care. They're not being able to afford the little bit of groceries that they eat. They're not able to continue to keep the PSE&G, and a lot of the programs are gone.
And a lot of them aren't as mobile as they used to be before either. So it's very easy for depression to set in. And what we fail to realize, and this from a medical perspective, is that the lack of physical touch. The lack of physical touch. Infants die from the lack of physical touch.
I always say
elderly patients die from the lack of physical touch.
The reason why most people did not survive COVID. I understood that we had a disease. I understood that it was a cold and it was, inside of your body and everything like that. But I think the isolation. I think not having the family members. I think the nurses being scared to touch, because a lot of, the nurses brought that home. I think a lot of the fatalities inside of that era had everything to do with the fact that we weren't able to care for them.
I agree.
And I will tell you, there are some nurses that are still nurses, but to live through that and to see death after death after death, if they're still practicing, because a lot of them did retire,
they left.
But I know that mentally, I know that they went somewhere. And I know a lot of those nurses. I know a lot of those nurses that had to go home. I had mentally had to leave their stuff outside. All I'm saying is that in every realm, whether it be the teenage, whether it be the older, adults, whether it be the middle class ones, the sandwich ones who are taking care of their parents and everything. A lot of people are committing suicide because of what's going on. And I just my thing is, I need to just shed light on and let us, create a safe space for those, and let's talk about those things that are plaguing, because I'd rather expose it, and talk about it than for everybody. Like, we're real people. Yeah. We're real people with real things. We have children, we have parents, we have family, we have careers, but times is hard for us too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wanted to expose that because, and just say in this moment, stay strong. Say in this moment, you're not alone. Say in this moment that, reach out for, if you're having issues with your mental health, get counseling. I know there's not a lot of programs, but there are some programs out there, and do not be embarrassed to go to, because pride is something. Don't be embarrassed to go to the soup kitchens or go to the people that, assist with fruits and vegetables and things like that. Don't be afraid or fearful of doing that. You pay into all of this too. You help people when you're up, be helped when you're down. Don't be embarrassed to say, because I'm going to tell you right now, friends, if I get hungry, I'm coming to your house, and I'm not doing it in secret. I'm coming to your house and I'm saying, hey, I'm hungry. Feed me. Seymour. Like,
all right, so I'm going to read some comments, because Jeff was while he was doing that. Sean, shout out to Sean. She said, very true. Only Joy Creations logged in. Hey, to
nice.
You.
How are you?
Rennie logged in as well. Shahira said, I think we are all robbing Peter to pay Paul. You right, sis. Aisha said, wow, never knew the median was so low.
Neither.
Never knew the median was so low.
Neither.
I'm definitely grateful, especially since my medical bills chopped that down tremendously. Kyra said, we rely on each other and lift each other up. Aisha said, don't forget, Black women are being abused and or murdered at alarming rates via domestic violence.
Yes.
Yep. People take out financial stress on those in the closest proximity.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Aisha said, I miss hosting y'all. Girl! Because you just come back up here and cook and bring the cookies, that you used to make for us all the time. Because we miss you hosting us. Okay?
I know, Denise.
Aisha.
Aisha, I miss everything.
Can you get me a community GoFundMe, because these bills are billing?
Listen June, you with us. Yeah, I'm about to come over your house.
Listen, we just gonna come and bring some chicken and some pizza.
Come
and
on
just
now.
Chill out.
Nah, she eat funny, so we gotta with June. I don't know with her. We gotta bring the salad.
Listen, we got salad.
Hey, Jessica.
Salad. Denise said, "Great evening." Hey, Denise. Hey, Jess. Denise said, God bless the doctors, nurses, and essential workers.
Yes.
Pray for everyone going through these difficult times. Yes, absolutely. Again, it's a lot. I know one of the things that you mentioned talking about.
And crime's up, guys. And why is crime up?
We already know why.
Why is crime up? Why is crime up? Why are people, we just said we're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
So if you are underneath the median income, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Exactly. You mentioned in particular, we were just talking about mental health, but and I'm glad Aisha brought up the domestic violence cases that have been on the rise, especially in the African American community. Because something that you mentioned before we started the show was you were talking about the poor mental health of our men.
Yes.
And it seems like that is more on the decline now.
It is.
Than ever before.
But most of them are, if you're telling me, and Jeff just said the numbers, and God forbid, I mean, you're by yourself, but if you have a family or you have a child or you have a spouse or somebody to take care of or a family member to take care of, then of course that torment is torment when you cannot, it eats at your soul.
Can't provide.
When you can't provide. So So how are we expecting you to just be? You know what I mean? You can't. You know, and then we're overworking. We're overworking ourselves. People, we're working several jobs to just maintain and just be.
Yeah.
Like, and the crazy thing is, I will tell you this: mental health is not. It's crazy because, you know, all of us are thoughts away, right? Thoughts
Positive mental health or
right.
negative mental health. Which one are you talking about?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Let's talk about both.
Okay.
We are one thought away. We are one incident away a lot of times of losing our minds or feeling like you can't make it or whatever. And it is segue into the mental health of men are causing them to isolate, are causing them not to want to be loved on, are causing them not to want to be in relationships because no, it's true.
Is it?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
Is it? I had a conversation just with a gentleman earlier today about the goal of just chasing money and that's it, and isolation and all the things. So that is absolutely true. But
okay,
and now we have the loneliness epidemic.
Yes,
right. So the loneliness epidemic is plaguing men at a rapid rate. Okay. And why so? Right?
Right.
What? Oh, I don't know. I was asking you. Why so is the loneliness epidemic plaguing our brothers?
But what do you mean when you describe loneliness? What are you talking about?
Oh, so here I'm gonna get you some stats on the loneliness epidemic.
But what does it mean?
What is the loneliness epidemic?
Yes.
Let's see. We're going to look that up
because most men are on an emotional shutdown.
Why?
Why? Because we just said it. They avoid dating. They stay guarded. They can't see the future.
No, because they show enough on a day to day, and that's
well, wouldn't you be? How can I be emotionally available if I am looking over my shoulder? Go ahead.
Okay, so the loneliness epidemic is a widespread public health crisis marked by high levels of social disconnection.
Okay,
everybody. This is real, and it's been a declared epidemic in this country, and it refers to a pervasive state where a large portion of society feels a distressing gap between social connections that they have with ones they want.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because of the loneliness epidemic plaguing a lot of our men, it is leading them to commit crimes.
Mm-hmm.
It is leading them, obviously they're lonely, so they're already isolating.
Okay.
But when they come out of isolation, they are committing crimes. When they come out of isolation, they are killing, unfortunately, those that are closest to them.
Okay.
Or was supposed to be closest to them. And unfortunately, they are committing suicide at alarming rates.
Well, and I will tell you this, and we did this, not saying we as us, but society, our community, deemed men being able to provide as the first thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of it being part of the things, a lot of people have made it the first thing.
Yes, Denise, men are lonely. Okay, go ahead.
So my thing is, if you take away a man's ability to provide and be the provision, then what do you expect them to be? Because they feel like they're made up of that and that's what they have to offer. And then when they are vulnerable, when they are struggling, right, they're told to tough it out. They were taught to tough it out. So how exactly do you think they're going to fare in this world when they're not always coddled? I'm not saying they're, that's but they're not always coddled, and they're tough it out. You a man. Yeah, you hear that? You a man. You got this. All right. Keep moving. That type of thing. So what do you expect them to do? They're going to be emotionally unavailable. They're going to be not have they don't have the ability to shake it off. You know what I mean? Because their makeup is providing. So The pressure. What do you do under that type of pressure? There's a lot of societal pressure on men too.
Of course. That's
A
all
lot.
of us. It's not men versus women.
But we
It's
talking about men.
all of us.
We talking about men right now.
It's all of us. There's a lot
And
of
there's a dating fatigue thing, right?
Oh, I'm experiencing that.
There's a dating fatigue thing. You're disappointed.
Ugh, frustrated, aggravated.
People got unresolved
disillusioned.
issues. So
Just
there's a lot going on.
I've had every single emotion.
All
on
right
that.
then.
But to your point though.
Yes.
You have
feel unsafe sometimes.
You have a cultural shift, right?
Okay.
So you have a cultural shift where women are not the women of yesteryear.
Okay. No, they're not.
Right? We are.
I mean, I'm not.
We are not. No, I'm not
even know.
either.
I'm saying they not. We not.
No, we are not the women of yesteryear.
Okay.
So the cultural shift is what's creating this red pill, quote unquote, man. So this red pill man is basically saying, as women, y'all are doing too much. Go somewhere and get back in the kitchen. Right? Because the more you do, the less I know how to do. And the more your role expands, the less I know what my role is. So
True.
instead of me figuring this out or doing something different, I'm either going to hate on you, hurt you, start a movement to figure out, I don't know, maybe this one. Maybe how 63 million men visit a website to figure out how to rape the women around them. Maybe that. I don't know. You know what I mean? They come up with all of these things now. So that's what I said. It creates that stuff like that goes down. And then that 63 million, as you heard, was in February, and that was a low number because in March it was actually higher. And most of the men were from the United States. Okay. And it's crazy because as I talked to some of my brothers about it, they were like, "Oh, but that's not us. That's only Caucasian men." And I was like, "Oh, you guys are just yeah." Anyway, my point is the male loneliness epidemic is not only a crisis just for men, for us to scoff or laugh at or say,
Absolutely.
"Oh, well, you lonely now. We've been lonely for years." No, this is a crisis because at some point in time, you may encounter the residuals of this epidemic.
But let me tell you what I think. I think that the residuals come from the fact that there's a lot of people in partnership that are unhealed.
But the point is that a lot of these men are not in partnership at all.
Well, no. Because they were. Some of them were in partnership.
Okay.
Some of them were in partnership and they are unhealed. Because, again, it goes back to the black man not thinking they need therapy, thinking that they can
just figure it out.
Thinking that they can just manage how they've been managing and thinking that they just going to get through how they've been getting through.
And that's not working.
So it's not working. So it's causing the isolation. It's causing, and let's be real. Some of the men we talk to are disappointed in us.
Yeah.
Are disappointed in us.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm disappointed in some of us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I think that I think the communication thing, there's a lot of lack of communication between, and we always say this. I know that we've had several shows on it before. I say potato, you say potato. We both saying the same thing. We just saying it in a different manner. And then I think that things don't get talked about often. I think we sweep a lot of things under the rug. And I think that we just get by with the finances, with the children, with the jobs, with the careers, with the businesses, with everything. I think that you kind of just sweep everything under the rug and you don't communicate. And can I just ask you a question? Do you make it a safe space for men to literally communicate?
Most women don't.
Why not? And how not?
Most of us, because we're led by estrogen and led by emotion, most of the time, as soon as he starts talking, you go and cut him off anyway. And if you cut him off, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to come back and be like, but, like a woman. He's going to shut down because innate to them.
This is my point.
Of course.
Okay.
Look, I know this. Look, I know this. Most of the time, we cut our brothers off, or we try to tell them what their feelings are. Have you ever seen a woman do that?
All the time.
Have you ever seen a woman that be like, "No, you did this because you feel like," and it's like, "Girl, go sit down. The man is trying to tell you how he feel, and you going to tell him how he feel." Like, no, you can't. No, you can't do that, ladies. No, so no, we most of the time. And then to our sisters' defense as well, most of the time we're not a safe space because guess what? Because now we are handling everything. So we are handling the role of trying to be a woman, and a lot of us are in male-centered positions as well. So because we're trying to handle everything and got the world on our shoulders, a lot of times, no, we're not a safe space if we feel like you're complaining, or we feel like you're whining, or we feel like you're not doing a third of the stuff that I'm doing in life, and now you got some whatever to say about it. So a lot of times, no, we are not a safe space, and it's for a number of reasons, actually.
Can I just tell you? No, seriously. I've had conversations with men. I mean, you have too, but I've had conversations with men, and I just want to talk about this really quickly. The fear of being used.
And most of them for money that they don't have.
Why is that a chuckle? Why are you laughing so hard?
You know why I'm laughing so hard?
I want to talk about.
No, you know why I'm laughing so hard?
I know why.
Because you already know why. Because I dated someone who didn't want to get married because he didn't want to get divorced because he didn't want to have to give up half of his money. And I was like, what money did you not want to split? Because what happened now? So yeah, a lot of them do have a fear, and their fear is immense, no matter if they actually have something or not. But it is an immense fear. It is an immense fear that a lot of men have. They do not want to be used, and no matter if they got it or not. And they think that women are just out for financial gain at this point.
I'm just saying, that's one of the things that they fear being used. They fear being used.
Yes. I know they do. Listen, sis, I'm out here. I see this. I hear these conversations. I have these conversations. I know what this is about. Like I'm living this.
Is anybody in the chat? Is anybody in the chat, please? Black men, black women, chime in. Is anybody in the chat that can tell me?
Nope, because here's what June just said. Plus, the men are fighting against the LGBTQIA plus community. Women are taking the women, and that's some tough ish.
Why, June?
June, I can't stand you.
Seriously?
Hey, she ain't lying. She ain't lying, though. So yeah, they're angry for a lot of reasons.
You right.
They're angry for a lot of reasons.
They be so mad.
You listen, that needed to be said.
I just want to ask the black men, what does healthy dating and relationships look like? What does it look like? Because I'm confused.
What?
I'm confused. I'm so confused. What does healthy dating and relationships look like to them in 2026?
What is that?
Okay, women, let me ask you a question.
We're going to segue into our questions. We're going to segue into our questions.
Let me ask you a question, women. Somebody tell me, what does healthy dating and relationships?
You can't ask women.
I gotta ask women.
You can't ask women that question because they don't know.
No, I want to know what they think it looks like. What for them? Why I can't ask?
Because women that are dating right now don't have healthy relationships. Like, what
do they have a healthy relationship with themselves?
With yourself, yeah.
Can we start
with
there?
yourself? Yeah,
we can start there.
But with their counterparts, for those that are heterosexual, ain't nobody having it. Girl, bye. Listen,
there's
do
problems
you
in
know
the
my dating story.
There's a lot of pressure in the LGBTQ. We're gonna have our own show about that.
Well, we talk about
but there's a lot of pressure and anger and unresolved traumas.
Okay.
and people being guarded because of the world and the world changing and how it is, and yes.
Okay.
So
there's pressures and
there's pressures in
here. Listen, as long as you're a human being, as long as you're a human being, there is going to be some sort of pressure and some whatever. No relationship is ever going to be perfect. I don't care who's in the relationship.
Please
or
tell
what
me what does
here you go.
healthy.
You just gonna keep.
I have to ask, what does
they
healthy?
Don't know.
No, they do.
They don't.
They know. They know what what they want.
They
it to
know
look
what
like.
they believe a healthy relationship is, but
I want to hear
may
that.
not.
Look, open it up. I want to hear that.
I can't because I'm about to read these questions.
All right. No, we got to get the answer for this one first.
Oh, God. Here we go. Listen, most people don't know that anybody that is single right now and anybody that is dating right now, 9 times out of 10, they don't know they ass from their elbows.
Can y'all please just answer the question?
They don't know they ass from their elbows.
Chat, what does healthy relationships and dating look like? Healthy.
Go ahead, ladies. Tell Queen B.
I'm married.
Who's married?
I'm off. I just want to know.
Ladies, tell Queen B.
But I can tell you what I think a healthy relationship should be or looks like. Right? From my perspective. I want to know.
2 of your best friends just commented.
What
Go
they
ahead
say.
and read it.
All right, here we go. We are in healthy relationships with ourselves, family, and friends, but relationships, I don't know. Okay.
She means romantic relationships.
Yes.
She don't know. I'm telling you, they don't know.
Be quiet and let other people answer.
Go ahead.
Dating and relationships are easy. We overcomplicate it all. Yusef, can you please elaborate on that? When you say we make it complicated, I want to know why. Jamila, when you say you don't know what it looks like, what do you think? Both of you tell me, all of you in the chat, Tiffany, Shahira, Aisha, June, Jessica, everybody tell me, Lucretia, hey girl,
hey Krish,
Denise, everybody tell me what you think. From your perspective, what do you think dating and healthy relationships? Dating, yes, because some of us are single, but healthy relationships.
You just named in that chat is single. Except for Shahira.
In June, in them,
June.
they have relationships.
Okay, go ahead.
What does healthy relationships and dating look like? Can I talk?
Oh, sure. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead. Because you can't talk about what healthy dating looks like.
Yes, I can because I dated. Remember?
Back then.
What is back then?
Oh, no.
It was just 6 years ago.
No. Dating now and dating even as of a few years ago is 2 completely different worlds. But go ahead. Talk about it from your perspective. And then I'm going to chime in afterwards. But go ahead. Go ahead.
So I think a lot of times, I think the communication thing is a thing. I think that's a major thing. I think, and there were some errors that I did while dating, right?
Okay.
That I look back on in hindsight.
Okay.
I think you need to first talk about everything.
Oh.
Openly, honest, right? Not with a great deal of emotion. Talk about your traumas, talk about your past, and don't stay there, but talk about your past. Talk about the healing that you need, right? What, Chanel?
I'm listening to you.
Set some level of expectations.
Boundaries.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you react a certain way to certain things like triggers and traumas and things like that, I think we should discuss those.
Your triggers are your responsibility, yes.
Yes. I think it's true when we say that when you're with somebody dating them within the seasons, I think you need to date them in every aspect of losing someone, losing a job,
loss,
move, just anything that, is different. I think that, you should date someone throughout those things to see how they react with things and who they are.
How they manage things.
How they manage
manage change.
Right, change. What they agree on, what you agree or disagree on. Your spirituality, your what you believe, because we can talk about believing in God, but it's like, if I might light my candle, are you upset about that?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Is that not what you do? I can't say that I did have healthy relations when I found my wife. I can't say all of that, but I can say the one thing that I didn't do in the beginning is lay a lot of my burdens on her. And not to say that I should have, but I think that I should have communicated a lot more things about what's eating Gilbert Grape and what's, eating me. Because what is that?
No, I think it sounds amazing.
Okay, let me read some people before you answer.
Yeah, go ahead, because I think it sounds amazing.
We are in healthy. Okay, so I'm sorry, I read that already.
She said,
Jamila said, I know what I think, but I haven't experienced it. And Yusuf said, give grace, understanding, and leave your expectations at home. Tiffany said, being open and honest about your intent and what it is to be worked on to have a commitment. Great. For the ladies, don't be afraid to show interest. Showing interest in him will keep him consistent. Is that true? Shahira said, communication and transparency. June said, it looks like respect, communication, and knowing that we have to adjust to our own norm and realize it's two of us. That's something I'm learning every day. The respect part I got, still a work in progress on everything. June, I understand that. I cannot, you're like my spirit animal. I do understand that part. I do understand. I think if I might be so forward, sometimes I have an issue with communicating.
Yes, you do.
I have an issue with, and I do that with everybody, right?
Yes.
So I have an issue with communicating. I have an issue with opening up about everything, because I'll let you into my world. I haven't had a lot of safe spaces.
No, you haven't.
I haven't had a soft place to land. And it makes you hard. It makes you closed. It makes you fearful of opening up. It makes you just live in a lot of fear. Live in a lot of, I got to handle things on my own. Live in a lot of, I'm a one-man show.
Isolation.
In isolation. So, Denise, can we just read Denise before you go in?
You go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Denise, I'm single for a long while. However, my desired healthy relationship is being a good communicator and what we desire, thoughts or our intentions and expectations in our relationship. The thing is, Denise, I totally agree. I think we're all saying communication, but I wanna add comprehension. Okay, is that okay? Is that okay to add? I want to add, because I'm not releasing her to talk yet.
I'm not saying
because
anything.
I already know where this is gonna go.
I'm not saying nope, because I don't even want to go off
conflict
on a tangent.
resolution.
Oh, that's a good one.
Conflict resolution. How you resolve conflict.
That's important.
That's important as well.
That's important. Yes.
Okay.
It is. Yep.
Yes, June. That I'm tell you, I learn something about me and my wife every day. Every day.
It's a journey.
It is a journey.
It is a journey.
And as much as I love her and she loves me, some days we both be looking at each other like,
it's a journey.
It's a journey.
It is a journey. It is a journey.
I do. But yes, the soft space to land, I think that everybody's partner should understand that if a person has not had a soft space to land and they had to be this for the family and they had to do this and be this for their children or had to be this for their siblings or had to be this for their mother and their father, I think that people don't understand our world.
They don't.
They don't understand our world. There was never a time when I could just and be.
Right. And so if you've taken that to mid your life, it's very hard to adjust.
It's very hard to adjust.
Okay.
Your go.
No, I don't. Y'all not going to get me up here talking about my dating life like that?
No, I'm not saying your dating life.
No.
I said, what does healthy relationships and healthy whatever look like?
You said, what does a healthy relationship and what does healthy dating
first,
life?
do the first one first.
I don't know, because you got to start. You have to start with dating first before you get into a relationship.
What would it look like in your eyes, Chanel?
Oh, just me being just completely like Delusional?
Oh God.
No, because I would have to be delusional.
Got it.
Okay.
Go.
So just so you know, in order to have a healthy dating life, you literally would have to be delusional, right? So because there's so many layers to this. You know what? Can we just talk about this on another show? Because I have so many layers that I would need to go through. And it's because of a lot of what we were saying before. The isolation in human beings.
Okay.
Everybody is mentioning the word communication, and we literally just talked about the fact that we are in a loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
People are not communicating at all. So
because they feel more comfortable in not.
But because people are isolating more, people are talking less, people are around each other less. And so you think that you're going to start dating somebody and then all of a sudden they're just going to come out of that because they met you. I mean, there's a small percentage that might happen, but largely no. As you also mentioned, our brothers are struggling financially. They're struggling with their place as men. So you think that all of a sudden in meeting you, now that's going to help them to realign again, maybe for a small percentage, yes, but for the mass majority, no, absolutely not. So there's this whole healthy dating
You
thing.
said if I didn't, so
What do you say?
go ahead.
It ain't to judge y'all asses just to get those degrees in that
I
executive
am myself.
position.
I bring myself to the table
Yes,
and to the job.
But those are
Yourself.
things to attain, not a man who also has his own, or if for heterosexual
Can I
people.
ask you a question?
Wait, because we got to get to these questions while we have a man here. So one of the questions was, how long is too long or too short to start asking questions about the status or state of a relationship?
Oof.
How long is
Like
too long or too short to start? Basically,
Like the
that
what are
whole-
we?
Yeah. When are you supposed to ask that whole "what are we" question?
I shouldn't answer this because in the LGBTQ world,
2
it
days?
actually
2
can
days?
be 2.
Oh shit! 2 hours? We together? Like 2 hours?
After we intimate.
So we together there?
Hey, what are we?
Okay.
So I don't
All
know.
right.
I can't really gauge. No, I'm kidding. It's like sometimes it's not like that in the LGBTQ world. I'm just saying. That's Queen Bee's own thoughts.
So how long or how short? What was the time frame for having that conversation?
Shut up.
Oh no, I agree with June.
Wait, you
because
agree with her?
because I am at the point now. If I get married, I probably won't.
Who is that
live with
that
my
lives
husband.
alone? The lady we all know. She lives apart from her husband.
The one from Abbott Elementary?
Yes.
Because she live in LA and he
she
live in
lived
Philly?
in LA. So June said in China or Japan, can't remember, people get married but live apart. Studies show the relationship. Because you know why? Because you missed them. That's why. You missed them. June, shut up, June.
Okay, the question is,
yes,
what is the time frame for having the conversation? All right, we get it. In the LGBTQ community, same day. For the rest of us heterosexuals, what is the time frame that you should have the conversation about the status of your relationship?
I wouldn't know because I don't.
Oh,
I
don't
just
know.
never been like that.
I don't know.
Like I don't.
Can't answer.
All right then.
You
never
but
did
here's
that?
No, hell no. But here is what I can say. Here is what
Yes,
I can
Cheryl
say.
Lee.
Huh?
Denise said Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Yes, that's her. Here is what I can say about this particular question.
What are we?
No. Yeah, about this what are we question.
Okay.
Here is what I can say. You have to be very open and very honest, like you said, the communication part. So even when you are dating, and we've had this conversation, you have to make sure that you're managing your emotions while dating. You can't go into dating thinking that every single date is a relationship.
Oh, I agree.
Right?
I agree.
So if you are now
agree.
afraid, you are now afraid of asking the real questions
Yes.
or the hard questions, then
it wouldn't be a hard question.
It wouldn't be a hard question if this was somebody that you were just dating.
Absolutely.
But now that you've been with them so long and done so much, you now have an attachment to
Yes.
them, and you now have feelings, and now you're afraid to lose them.
Okay.
And so, in being afraid to lose them, you will delay. You'll delay the question because you're afraid that it's going to break things apart. So what I will say is we have to make sure that when we are dating that we are still instituting our boundaries. So a part of what does love look like for ourselves is that you have to make sure that you stay true to yourself by staying true to your boundaries. If you are out here and you know you want to be in a relationship, then you can't keep getting into situationships that you can't emotionally manage.
Yes, I agree.
And a lot of us can't emotionally manage them,
I agree.
right? A lot of us can't emotionally manage dating or dating multiple people or any of those things. So what I will say is, if you had the boundaries in the beginning of what your expectations were, 9 times out of 10, you don't get to the point where you got to ask the what are we question.
Okay.
Because your boundaries have been set in the beginning of you guys just talking.
Okay.
Right? Before it was an actual relationship, when you was just talking, it was, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for, boom, boom, boom.
I've never been in a relationship where, and ladies, please, and gents, please let me know and share, but I've never been in a relationship where, I don't know, I've never asked the what are we question.
I didn't either.
So I've never been on that end.
Well, number one, I didn't ask it because either I was naive enough to just assume, or I was. I either was, or I just assumed.
Yeah, I never.
But I didn't.
I never asked the what are we.
No. I'm lying. You see how I just lied to y'all because I forgot, because I be forgetting these men sometimes, and I shouldn't say it like that. But no, I did date somebody one time where they had another situation going on, and while I was dating him, and I said, well, listen, what is going on between you and I? Because you are now going to have to focus on that, and you're not going to be able to focus on me. And we had to have a discussion or a conversation about what it was, what it ain't, and what was coming. So no, I did have that conversation one time.
So you want, okay, all right.
I did. I had that conversation one time as an adult.
Many women break their own hearts by putting expectations on a partner who doesn't meet the expectations that were never communicated. I totally agree. I think because we're more emotional.
We are.
And I think we are because you know what? A lot of women date with intent.
Yeah.
A lot of
Most
women
of
date
do.
with most of us.
Most of us do.
And we've talked about these shows like a lot of times where we've put a stop to women not dating multiple people. We put a stop to that a long time ago. We said that a long time ago where date multiple people, all of them, everybody, get us roster, a lineup to choose, right? Because
if you lose your roster,
what we're doing, re-up. So because what you're doing is, I will tell you that you are, Rashim and Rasan and all of them, they got a roster. When you act funny and you don't feel like talking for a couple days, he's going to call Tasha.
But you know why?
Because she is available and he's still been talking to her.
Yeah, but you know why most women aren't able to do this? Is because they go into every single dating experience thinking that it is a relationship.
Yes.
That is not your man. I don't know how many times I could say that. That's not your man. If that's not your man, then not only is he free to do what he wants, but you are free to do what you want. That's not your man. If y'all have not had a conversation about the fact that y'all are together, then that is not your man. And a lot of people are like,
stop doing relationship stuff for people. Like, no, for real, before.
I learned that the hard way.
No, you got to stop doing relationship stuff for people if you are dating. Dating is dating. I'm not saying that you can't bring him his favorite food or you can't, be there for him if he whatever, but there are certain boundaries you have to set when you are dating so that you do not think, because what happens is when you do not set the boundaries, and when you start, because now when you're asking that question, what are we, you will be disappointed with what the other person's answer is. you will be highly disappointed because you have now gave him the house, the farm, the kids, the dog, and the car.
All access to you at
access
all
to
times,
you,
all for everything.
And guess what? And then next thing you know, guess what? He's like, I didn't. I
never said we was
I
together.
never said we was
I ain't
together.
asked you for nothing.
When you see him at the movies or dinner with somebody else,
And then
when you
all of a
walking
sudden-
by with your friend and you see him at dinner or a movie with somebody else, you can't even get upset.
You can't.
You can't get upset
Because that's not your
because
man.
that's you wearing a t-shirt talking about what are we?
That's not your man, though.
Okay?
But that's not your man.
It's you.
And he can do what he wants, and you can do what
you
want.
so
and
choose.
you should.
So I went in dating. If yes, you are dating with intent, but make sure your person that you're dating is dating with intent too, and discuss that.
There's a difference between, and I've been saying this over and over and over again, there is a difference between dating and a relationship.
So Aisha said, make sure you understand what a boundary is. A lot of people say they have boundaries, but don't really understand what that means. I agree. A boundary isn't imposed on the partner. The boundary is mandate for you, not them. It's a promise you make to yourself about what you're willing to accept. So can we clap that wherever that is?
Sis.
Clap it.
Hit the button.
Hit the button. Aisha, there's a lot of women who do not understand what boundaries are. And I want to say this. Boundaries are not to hurt the other person.
No, boundaries
are
you.
to protect me.
You. Yeah.
Right?
Boundaries are
and
to
what
protect
I'm
you.
capable of and what I'm willing to deal with and accept. My boundary is, give an example of a boundary you set.
Boundaries I set. I only because I have been very naive before. I don't like for people to just go on wasting my time.
Okay.
Right? So
yeah.
So I have this boundary that protects me, that I have to make sure that I stay uberly aware and that I don't get delusional in my emotions with someone, right? And it's like most men are very honest.
Yes.
Most men are extremely honest. They are going to let you know who they are and what they're going to do up front, right?
always say that.
And we don't listen
And
to
they
it.
don't deviate from that because
they will
think
not deviate
they
from
don't.
that.
They literally presented themselves in the beginning.
Yes, and they will let you know we come up with something in our own head. We come up with a story in our own head, right? We come up with this story. Oh, well, no, he's a good guy, and he might, and maybe there's, and da-da-da-da-da. And then we end up hurting ourselves based off of this illusion that we created for this individual instead of dealing with them with what exactly is in front of you. That is one of my boundaries, is to make sure that I deal with what's in front of me.
So June says, my boundaries are my peace and I will not let anyone disrupt that. I think for me, I had to set boundaries because a lot of times when I was dating and in relationships, I gave. And there were just certain things right now at the level. I mean, come on, because I'm 47, I'm going through perimenopause and I'm going through a lot of changes just mentally, right?
Yeah.
So I'm different.
Yeah.
I feel like the lady who said it. I sat at the, and drink my coffee and I just wanted silence. There are times when I just want to be alone. There are times when I need me time. There are times when I want to eat my ice cream by myself. There are times when I don't want to hear anything. And that is,
I want chicken. I think I want chicken wings. Go ahead.
Okay, then. There are boundaries that I set to protect me. The boundaries are also honestly, it's to protect me, but it also is to protect me from you.
Of course it is.
Right?
Of course
it's
it
to
is.
protect me from you because I don't want to leash whatever on you either.
Here's one thing that our friend who, we'll talk about him after the show, said, it sounds like the sisters aren't clearly communicating their intent with these males. And I have to agree. A lot of times women shy from saying what it is that they really want so that the man will continue to like them, thinking that as time as time goes on, if I show him who I am, and then if I prove to him who I am and I'm worthy of this, he will see
in all
it.
relationships.
He will see it, and things will be going different and blah 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 blah. But unfortunately, a lot of times it does not work like that.
But it's not just, it's not just women. There are a lot of men. There are a lot of men that also are one way, right? Are one way in the beginning,
Most men are
and
one way.
and are one way in the beginning, and then they change, and you have a right to change. Understand that when you're in a relationship, any relationship.
All right, we gotta go.
You have a right to change.
Yes.
You have a right to change inside of the dating and inside of the relationship.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
you might present something that I don't like.
Right. One more last comment, and then we got to go. We're being yelled at. Aisha said, people make the mistake of focusing on a person's potential instead of believing them and accepting them for who they prove to be. You got to deal with what's in front of you. It's the behavior that's in front of you that you have to deal with, not the potential of who they could or might be in the future. On that note, listen.
Love y'all.
There were 3 other questions that we have to get into, so we'll
get
continue
into
this next week. But in the meantime, thank you everybody for all of the comments.
Yes.
We definitely love you guys for watching.
Thank you. We love y'all. That was a great, healthy conversation.
Healthy conversations in dating. All right, love y'all. Bye. See
Love
you.
y'all.
Jeff, take us away.
Bye, guys.